And I'm joined here in the studio now by France 24 senior reporter Cyril Payen, who spent 3 years in Jerusalem as our Middle East correspondent. Cyril, you just got back from a 2-week reporting trip there. Tell us about your impressions this time around.
Well, it's a mixed impression. The first thing which just comes to my mind is that I'm amazed by the level of violence which we see every day, but it looks like very much increasing on multiple fronts. So it looks very much like something so different from the time we were there a few years ago, and from what we have been experiencing in this part of very boiling part of the Middle East. The other feeling is sadness, because when you get to know Jerusalem, this part of the world, the people who have been killed, the people who are suffering have names, have faces, especially in Gaza and in the West Bank. So it looks like very much this spiraling of violences that we don't see any much end. And now we have the center of gravity of the conflict, which looks like very much to go to the West Bank, with Gaza being the forefront of the violences. And so there is no ending at sight. And I can tell you that the difference with my years there is, like, for instance, Jerusalem, there were this fragile but actually cohabitation between the communities. And now it looks like very much they are back to back, and some even people are just burying the idea of living together. So this is a very strong feeling of inner and deep violence in the community, which is extremely sad regarding the situation in this part of the Middle East.
Very troubling indeed. Meanwhile, the war in Gaza, now nearly 11 months old. We have dozens of Israeli hostages still being held, more than 40,000 Palestinians killed, 18,000 dead children. The world really begging for a ceasefire to end this nightmare. Why can't we get one?
Well, I think, again, because the two protagonists are back to back. Hamas started this Pandora box on 7th October, and now you have this supremacist far-right coalition at the government of Mr. Netanyahu, which for many respects have no intention and can't really, for personal reason, end the war. So then you have some negotiators, namely Hamas, with Ismail Haniyeh, which was the visible face of Hamas and the top negotiator. He has been killed by the Israelis, which even it's an open secret, on 31st of July in Tehran, in Iran. So when you put that on the table, whether the pressure is from the United States, the international community is pushing, it's extremely difficult to put the people together. But there is also to finish something which is the moral responsibility from the international community, and namely the Arab world, who just didn't really take care of the Palestinian conflict, the two-state solution, which was something which was very much a platform, a diplomatic platform, and the world and the Palestinians and Israel are paying the price of this long-term uneasy way of not dealing with this diplomatic solution.